I've had a pretty good day today. Except for the fact that my self-care has gone out the window. But sometimes that self-care is just getting shit done and getting through it and feeling accomplished at the end of it. And I think this is a really good conversation to have. Huh? How about it, overachievers? Let's go. I have hyperfixated all day today, but I have achieved a lot. So I've got 2 new clients. I had a client pay an outstanding invoice, which gave me a lot of relief and release on my stresses. I've got 2 new clients. I wrapped up a project that I probably should have delegated to somebody else, but I got it done. And I feel pretty accomplished in that too. So I think it's very easy for us to punish ourselves for accomplishing a lot and then going, oh, well, you know, I should have done all of these, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But really, I had a good day. I was on top of my comms, which I sometimes struggle with, and I have spent the last 3 days having executive dysfunction. Anybody with PTSD may or may not be aware that executive dysfunction is sometimes where you just can't do any of it. Can't move, I just want to lie down all the time. So I've had 3 days of a bit of executive dysfunction. I've still managed a little bit of comms. It admittedly was the weekend. So yeah, today was a good day. I got on top of a big chunk of my list. And it's okay. I will eat. I haven't had breakfast today. I have not had lunch. It is now 3:27. So I'm going to have to catch up on eating food and nourishing myself and nourishing my soul a little bit. But I have spent today, and you know what? Okay, these were the wins for today. I was present in everything. I had team meeting. It was the first team meeting back today of our whole team, having everybody in the same room. And we talked a little bit about business goals, and I've been very present throughout the whole day. And a little niggling part of me knew, it's like, if you stand up and go and eat food, you will lose your flow. So I didn't stand up and I didn't go eat food. And somebody will probably at me online and tell me that it's a terrible thing. But the other thing is, yeah, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad in myself, and maybe I could cut myself a break. I don't know. Maybe you could too. We tell ourselves lots of stories about what we should and shouldn't do. And I think a lot of this starts with language. So language like have to, got to, need to, must, should. Need to do this if I'm going to succeed. Have to do this if I'm going to win. All of this language is geared around pressure. Puts pressure on us. There's nothing really that you need to do. There's nothing that you've got to do. You don't have to do anything. It's all choice. You just have to remember, it's a good idea to remember that you have choice. So one of the activities that I do with clients sometimes when I'm coaching them is to get them to track how often they say these phrases, have to, got to, need to, must, should. If you imagine how many times that you say that a day to yourself, I think the first time I tallied it, I said it's something in the realm of like 120 times a day. Just a lot of pressure that I'm putting on myself. So I figured out ways to swap those phrases, and I would self-correct, because you can't just suddenly delete a whole bunch of phrases out of your brain. So I would self-correct into have to, choose to, need to, want to, got to, choice. It's a choice. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, it would be a nice idea if. So I would swap phrases, and I've done that for over 20 years, maybe? Over 20 years. Try it out. Give it a go. Hey, I wanted to say also, thank you so much for everybody that sent me a message. Words of encouragement, comments of encouragement. I've had a few of you message me and thank me for being so open and candid about my journey with PTSD. I really didn't, I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect anything, really. I think everything I've always done with the thought that if it helps one person, that's enough. If it supports one person out there, it's done its job. So I'm probably a little bit, and it's a trauma response because I don't do very well with success. So I will say I am very grateful for the success that I am learning and leaning into and feeling challenged by. Yeah, I'm very grateful that so many of you have reached out to me. It's been really awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you also for subscribing and liking this video and commenting. It helps to reach other people out there who might be struggling with similar conversations. And have a great week, guys.